Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Finally Fishing. I am your co-host, AJ, and appearance again with your host, Vernon. We are here at Lake Mead, launching from Callville Bay. Let's fish that.
Alright, ladies and gents, you all remember my buddy AJ. Him and his wife made their way back here to Las Vegas just for a quick visit, and they just so happened to bring their boat out here with them. So the plan for this video is going to be simple. We're going to head out onto the lake, try and find some fish. Now, it's very important to understand that I am a bank angler. I'm not that used to fishing off of a boat, and it's easy to think just because you have a boat that it will be easy to find fish. Now, a boat does grant you some access to some of the waters you cannot get to while fishing from the bank, but it's not as simple as just being on the water and finding fish. That is why it's always a good idea to use some of the local knowledge, go on a charter with someone, or ask some of the guys that's out there regularly where the fish are, what bays, what area can you find the bait fish, because if you find the bait fish, you find the predators. We, however, do not have that luck. I don't know where the fish are, nor do I know where to find them. And sadly, we don't have a little fish finder, so we can't go looking around for the fish, but we can use our eyes. That's going to be the plan for today. We're going to head out early morning, look for some fish, look for activity, throw around some lures and see if we can get any bass. That's the plan. As well as that, we're going to be moving around, enjoying our time on the water and having a swim here and there. Now we're going to start early in the morning up in some coves, looking for some fish in the shallow waters, somewhere where we can see them feeding. And as the sun gets higher, we'll be moving out into deeper water, trying to find fish.
Striper.
There we go, tiny little striper, but this one is actually hooking the side. He's not hooking in his mouth. Try to strike the little thing. Right, so not a true catch because this one was actually snagged, but our first little striper for the morning. Tiny little guy. Let's get him back to the water. And off he goes. And this time around we got one on the whopper popper. Again, before the sun comes up.
What is it, man?
A striper. Catch, it's hooked in the mouth. There we are. Second little fish for today. Another little striper. No light yet, so you can't get a good look at him. Bit chunky, he's feeding well. Let's get him back to the water. And there he goes. Took us a while trolling for some fish. We did get a hit on the one. It's way back out there, so we just need to reel it in. already see the fish splashing way out there. Lots of line to still bring in. Also have some birds passing by. And I'm going to be thinking of something to say, talking a lot, because it's going to take a while to get all this line back to the boat. But it is a lovely day out. We've been driving around trying to find out where the fish are. Made some casts towards some fish. Wasn't able to get any more fish on the little top water lures. Started trolling around, making our way around the lake. And finally, the little fish is closer. See, it's a little striper. It's not the biggest fish, so we're kind of forcing him in. And there we go, tiny little striper landed. Alright, so there we go, another little striper. Let me get him back to the water. Back down to some water as he goes. Crazy how far you can see this fish. I don't know whether the camera can see it, but I can still see it. There, it's out of sight.
Ooh, it's a nice one.
And the wife is on a little striper. We're going to land him with the net. We've been seeing some boils happening in this area. There we go, little fish in the net.
What's first striper for the year?
Yeah.
Nice one. Come on, one time.
I know your footwork is. I want to keep her.
Do you guys want it?
We're not release this girl.
No.
We're gonna release this one. Nice big fish, the biggest one for the day so far. So let's get this one back to the water.
Ooh,
And off we go.
strong sucker. Then I can't think it's light.
Well, I think we have another fish on the little trolling setup. Once again, line's going to be out way past our boat. So lots of line to bring in. Can you feel any head shakes, AJ?
Huh?
Do you feel anything tugging on it?
Nope, you have to put something on it. Every time my legs over, it starts to pull back on it.
So just again, a couple of 100 feet of line we have to bring in before we can see what fish we got on the end of our line. Probably another little small striper. He's only a couple feet out at the moment. Probably good that we're getting some small stripers. These were a lot bigger fish. We might have to struggle a bit with this light line we're using.
This trolling might be pretty effective. It's just almost not really slide.
We've been seeing some boils in this cove, chasing them around. Only managed to get one little fish like that, so we started trawling again, having some deep divers way back out.
Not small. Not small.
That's a decent sized fish. No, it's a striper,
Striper, yeah.
but it's a decent sized striper. And there we go, striper in the net.
Big boy.
It's a real nice one, got fat belly on him. Oh, so this is a nice one. We're going to keep this one, we're not releasing him. This one should make a nice decent meal. Alright guys, we're quickly going to use the little cleaning station here just to clean that one little striper that we're keeping. And I quickly wanted to use this time to show that even if you do not have knowledge of this lake, you can still go out there on a boat, use your senses, look around, look for fish, and actually be successful in catching fish. Now I have to be honest, it is quite easy to find vast areas where there are no fish. You have to drive around and try and find the fish. You can always just throw around some lures, wait for that odd bass or something, but in summer these fish either go hiding in cover in some bushes or under docks, or they go into the deep water and chasing around some bait fish in the deep water. Now you might ask, why do this video? Well, it's quite simple. We recently got the question, is it better to rent a houseboat or to go on a fishing charter? Now, this is a very loaded question because it all depends on what you want. I would always suggest going on a little houseboat, floating around the lake, trying to see if you can find any fish out there. But if your goal is to catch fish, it's better to go for a charter. Especially if you find some of the guys that exactly know where to find the fish. They can get you out there, get you on the fish quite early, or maybe go for a nighttime fishing session. You need to understand that yes, I am a bank fisherman, but I do have some knowledge of how the fish behave in this lake, and that's why it was still possible to find fish. Whereas if you're on a houseboat, you might struggle to find fish out there if you don't know exactly what you're looking for. But generally speaking, early morning, the fish are chasing the bait fish up shallow, and then as the sun comes up, they move out into deeper water. That is why we started this morning in some of the coves looking for some fish, but as the sun came up and the day progresses, we moved out of the coves trying to find where the fish were going, trying to get on those boils and see if we can get some fish, and we had a pretty good time catching a few fish out there. But we did run out of time, so it was only a quick morning fishing session. We were successful getting some fish. I want to thank AJ and Nancy for taking us out one last time on a boat out there on Lake Mead, and lo and behold, we got some stripers. And for that, guys, please do give a little thumbs up for getting some fish out there. Feel free to ask any questions down below in the comments. If you've not yet subscribed to the channel, consider doing so, hitting the big red subscribe button. Alright, but it's about time we get that fish and start filleting it. So thank you for watching, and like always, see you next time.